What's FCA mean to you?
Well, I've got three boys. One that they all three were athletes, and they all three had an opportunity to participate with Fellowship of Christian Athletes as they were coming up through high school, and now one that's in college. And so, just something that I think it just helps set kind of a compass for your life, and what the FCA does for young men, and the resources they provide to grade school coaches, junior high school coaches, high school coaches, college coaches, and the resources they provide for them to be great mentors to young men and women. And so I just want to, give back to the FCA, because the FCA gave back to me and gave back to my boys, and it just means a lot to me to participate in something like that, because what FCA means to this community in this state and throughout our country.
I grew up with FCA, and a lot of people did. It's been around for so long. Was it something that was part of your life growing up?
Quite honestly, unfortunately, was not a part of my life growing up. Even as a student athlete at a small Division III school, Guilford College, it just was not anything I had an opportunity to be engaged with. And I think I was able to obviously have a pretty good life, but it would have been something I would have definitely benefited from as a young high school and a young college student, and just the mentoring that those tied to FCA provide to young men and women.
What will be your message tonight?
Well, I'm going to talk a little bit about myself and my faith and my journey, and tell them about how I got to this point in my life, and also talk about in the end, God gives us a gift each day, and that's 86,400 seconds, and how do we use that to make those around us, their lives better. It's not about us, it's about how we use those 86,400 seconds to make other people's lives better that we come in contact with on a daily basis.
Speaking of, it seems like a daily basis, someone's asking me the question, Coach Anderson basketball program. I know you're getting it. What is your thoughts with what's going on right now?
We've got a young team right now, and Mike Anderson's been our coach for 8 years. He's done a great job leading that basketball program. He's continued to do a great job leading that basketball program. I think he'd be the first to tell you the program this year is not where he thought it would be. But we also, if you look at our roster, we're starting, our best player is a sophomore. We start true freshmen. We have redshirt sophomores that transferred in that are playing. And so we've got a young team that's starting to develop, finally 25 games into the season, but it's hard to win basketball games with youth. And, I know that there's some teams like a Duke or Kentucky that are winning basketball games with youth, but we're not Duke or Kentucky right now, and we've got to be realistic about where our program is. But we got some young men that are working hard, and I think we've got the right leader at the helm of our basketball program.
I think a lot of people are still feeling you out because you're new. Your feelings, policies, hiring, firing, how patient. I think that's a good word. How would you describe yourself, a patient person, when it comes to things like that?
Each of our program gets evaluated at the end of every season. We just completed our fall sports evaluations with our volleyball and soccer and football coaches, and we'll do the same with our winter sports, men's and women's basketball and swimming, and evaluate not only what's happened over this past season, but kind of a 5-year review of what's happened, and then what's our plan moving forward about how we're going to get our program to the level where we want our program. And so we do that with all of our sports programs, and our winter sports, as they conclude, will have that same opportunity to be evaluated and to build a plan for the future.
I got to ask you about the baseball program. How exciting is things go right now with this team, what they did last season, and then the facility that's under plans? The baseball program in whole just seems like a strength of and excitement for the fans.
Sure. Yeah, Dave Van Horn, on the heels of what Norm DeBryan did for several years, has built an incredible program there at the University of Arkansas. And what our program, the heights that we achieved last year, even though we fell a little short of what the ultimate goal was to win the national championship, but then kick off this current year where we're sold out on season tickets. We're going to do a major addition to our stadium with the 40,000 square foot baseball clubhouse. Is going to provide our student athletes with all the amenities that they have. Baum Walker Stadium was voted last year the best place to watch a college baseball game, and it is, but the amenities that we currently offer our student athletes have fallen behind. So the excitement, the springboard from last year as a national runner-up and selling out on season tickets and being able to provide our student athletes with a brand new baseball clubhouse here in a couple of years. There's a lot of excitement, and you got to credit Coach Van Horn and what he's done and how he's built that program and how he's been able to maintain that program through the years.
Awesome.